Hello everybody, it is I, Steve, your instructor, here today to give you a little overview of week 2 in our Marketing 441 capstone course. So let's just first review your learning objectives. There is a lot of text on the screen, but the first one is to basically a SWOT analysis, which you've probably done in other courses. You're going to do it here again in the case. So assessing an organization's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Design marketing programs to accomplish specific marketing strategies. And that's the big thing in this course is it's everything strategic marketing. So you have your strategies, and then you have your marketing plans to accomplish those strategies. 3, to include the selection and evaluation of basically alternative objectives, strategies, and tactics. So be able to generate different ideas and then evaluate those and choose one. So that's going to be in your case. 4, to construct marketing objectives and strategies, including a sales forecast. So this is addressed both in the discussion board and in your case. And then 5, to prepare a realistic budget and calendar to support and implement the plan. And that's going to be addressed both in the discussion board and the case. So we have an ambitious week. So you read 2 chapters in your book. Here's your book. A Preface to Marketing Management by Peter and Donnelly. You're going to read Chapter 2, Marketing Research, Process, and Systems for Decision Making. And Chapter 2, marketing research, as you know, is research that we do to help us make good decisions. We don't do it just to know stuff. We do it to understand our customers, to understand our markets, and then to make the right decisions. So, there's qualitative research, quantitative research, analytics of the data we already have. There's a lot out there. So chapter 2, you'll learn about the marketing research process, kind of all the different steps in the research process, and then you all talk about marketing information systems. So, the steps in the research process, the purpose, the plan, the processing of the data, preparation of the report, and then marketing information systems. These are our computer systems, our database systems that provide us all this data. But as you probably already learned, the challenge these days is we have too much data, and what does it mean, and what do we do with it? So that's chapter 2. Chapter 3 is called Consumer Behavior. And I think you have all taken the consumer behavior course here at Davenport. I have to say that's my favorite course to teach because this is just an interesting process of how do consumers make, evaluate their alternatives, how do they make choices, and then how do they evaluate whether they got value or not, and whether they'll repeat that purchase or not. So you'll read about lots of different influences on decision making, social influences, marketing influences, situational influences, psychological influences. And then lastly, the chapter talks about the consumer decision-making process. So hopefully most of chapter 3 will seem familiar to you from other courses, but this is a great review for the work that you're going to be doing this week. So let's look at your assignments. You have 2 assignments. One is the discussion board. There are 2 questions to choose from. You answer 1 question by day 3. Question 1 is about test markets. Please explain the purpose of test markets and how this information is best used. And then question 2 is about marketing research and the different research tools available for secondary research. And then you pick 2 of those and you explain kind of what we could learn from those 2 tools. So again, just choose 1 of those questions, answer it by day 3, and then by day 6, post 2 replies to people who answered the other questions. So if you answered question 1 about test markets, by day 6, actually go in and post at least 2 replies to people who answered question 2 about marketing research, because this way it gives you exposure to both questions. Now you're welcome to go back, and if people make follow-up questions and replies to your answer, you're welcome to go back and reply to them. You're not required to, but you might find it interesting to see what people say about your answer. So I will leave that to you. So that's your first assignment, your discussion board. Second is the individual case on Apple. And this case will challenge you. I urge you to start right away. This is not the kind of assignment you can throw together in an hour on the last night before the weekends. So there we have 4 learning outcomes. I'm not going to read those to you. You can read them. They are in the weekly instructions for week 2. But let's go into to Blackboard and see what you will be working on for this. So here's down here at the bottom, you've got this individual assignment, individual case analysis, and then it talks a little bit about the case analysis process. It's an 8-step process developed by the American Right Management Association. I think you've used this case process in other courses. So you're going to want to look at 2 documents. First is the case itself. So this is a Harvard Business School course called Apple Incorporated in 2015. It's 30 pages, so there's a lot of information in here. You won't use everything in that case, but you do need to use it. I mean, I'm sorry. You do need to look at it and read it. And then the other document here you see is the assignment case and rubric. That looks like this. It goes through the steps, the 8 kind of steps in the AMA process divided into 4 sections. So section 1 is problem identification and definition. So you're going to explain what the problem is, what's going on, the components of the problem. You're going to analyze your options. And then you're going to evaluate the alternatives, and you're going to choose an alternative. So that's all in step 2. And then step 3 is action planning. So this is a communications plan to carry out. So the alternative that you have chosen in step 2, step 3 you carry it out with a communication plan. And then step 4 is measurements. So very specifically, how are you going to measure the results of your marketing plan? How, when, and what. So I would just urge you to look at this document. It gives some examples of just an XYZ company, which is obviously a fake company. So you want to read that carefully. And then you're going to come in here by the end of day 7, and you're going to go to the assignments link, which is over here on the left-hand side. And there's the case analysis Apple, and you're going to click there. You're going to upload your file and submit it by the end of the day on day 7. So that's your main assignment for this week. I would encourage you to put in the time to read the case, to read the case analysis rubric, the steps, and follow those steps and address everything. It's really easy to take off points if you just don't address something. Don't address one of those 8 steps in the AMA case analysis process. Okay, so if you have questions, please email me, and I'll respond within 24 hours. If something's urgent, it's fine to call me. And so we're really going now. We're really in the thick of things. So get started. I know you will do well, and I will see you online. Thanks.